Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I tried filming this morning, but it was a complete disaster. I tried filming with both the boys there and they weren't having any of it. So one's asleep, one's downstairs. Hopefully I can get this filmed now before one of them needs my attention. I'm going to be showing you my baby changing bag and what's in it. A little while ago I did say that I would do a video on this, so I thought I would do it today. I actually didn't get a video up this morning. I normally try to get a video up on a Sunday morning. I've been trying that for the last few weeks and it was working, but this week and last week I kind of failed on that. So I'm going to try and get this video filmed, edited and up at least by tomorrow morning, Monday morning, if not tonight. So I'm going to get straight into it so I can get on with editing it afterwards. So this is my change bag. As you can see, it's a backpack. I had another changing bag with Tommy, which was the kind of traditional with a strap for your shoulder, and I decided to go with the backpack this time. There was nothing wrong with the bag that I had with Tommy, but having two children, I thought it would be easier to have a backpack. To be honest with you, I haven't used it as a backpack all that much, but I have done a few times, and certainly as Fraser gets a bit older and is walking, I can imagine using it as a backpack more often when we don't need the pushchair. So it is really useful. It's a good size and I love that it's got all these different pockets so that you can kind of fill your stuff, put your stuff inside the bag without trying to rummage in one big pocket, because I find sometimes change bags are just this massive space and you can't get to anything. So I'll show you the features of the bag and then I'll show you what's inside. Now I have seen these bags for around £60 or maybe more. I didn't pay that for this bag, and the quality doesn't show that. I paid around £20 for this bag off eBay. I will try and link one below. I don't know if I can find the exact same one that I bought, but I'll try and find a similar one that I can link below for you. But I paid £20 and I was a bit worried that the quality of it wouldn't be good, and that I would see it in the kind of how much I paid for it, the quality, but it's totally fine. I've not seen one of the ones that are more expensive, but I'm totally happy with this. The material is so nice, it's so durable, so strong. It hasn't given away at the seams, there's no like issues there, and it takes away, this has got quite a lot in it, it's quite heavy, but it doesn't seem to be straining it by the weight. The handle here is totally fine, so I'm totally fine with it, and the quality is really, really good. I went with a grey polka dot because I wanted it to be quite neutral. I like quite neutral things. I don't really like to go gender specific for a lot of things, particularly things that are like changing bags, pushchairs. I like to be quite neutral on those things, and I thought this was quite a nice one, and it's one that my husband Keith should be able to carry without feeling like he's carrying a girl's bag, because it's not a girl's bag, it's just a backpack, it's a changing bag, and I felt like it's probably not manly enough for him, but enough neutral so that he can carry that as well. So it's obviously got the two straps at the back and they are adjustable here. It's got some kind of padding around the sides here. That's just the normal material that's on the bag, and then this bit is kind of mesh and padded, which is really nice. And then it's got these two straps here, and these are for looping over your pushchair. And we do use these, but I tend to, I've got one of those big, I don't know what you call them, big clips for your pushchair. The word will come to me, the name will come to me later, no doubt. Carabiner, is that the right word? Big carabiner? Something like that. A big clip that you put onto your pushchair handlebar, and I clip it onto this handle here because I feel like that's more sturdy, but I do use these as well. These are attached with Velcro and then the little popper there. So obviously you do your popper, your handle goes in there, and any excess strap will just close with the Velcro. So it is good, but I just feel like sometimes it's quite heavy and I'm not sure. It's never come down. I just feel like I don't trust it fully to hold, but there's no reason why it wouldn't. It's never given me any reason why it wouldn't, but I always just use that strap as well with the clip on the handlebar. You can take these off, they've just got little clips there that take it off that little loop, so if you don't want to use those and they're in the way, then you can take those off. and then it's got a second handle there. Then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets that you can access from the outside, and then inside there are pockets as well. I'll just go through each pocket for you and show you what's in there. I'm going to pop it here and maybe face you towards the bag, see if that will work. So this pocket here is where you keep your baby wipes. It's got the zip there so you can pop them in, or you've got this section here, which we don't use very often because I find that it's hard sometimes to get this plastic bit open. But if you don't have baby wipes with a plastic closing part, then it might work a bit better. And then this just closes with a magnet, so there's a magnet in there, you can hear it closing, and it just keeps that flap down, but it's easy access. I'm not having to close anything, so that's really good. This pocket on the other side, open it up, there's nothing in there at the moment, but it's insulated, so you could put a bottle in there or food in there. Quite often I put snacks in there for the boys, so if I'm going out and I just need some snacks with me, I just pop the snacks in there, and it keeps them insulated, so if it's a very warm day, hopefully it'll keep them a little bit cooler. Then if I go to the front of the bag, we've got this pouch here on the front, and if I just open it there, it's just got some bits for me in there. There's a packet of tissues, and this is wipe clean. I don't think that's insulated, but it's kind of like wipe clean plastic. So I've got a packet of tissues in there and some sanitary products for myself, just because you never know. So they're just in there in case I need them, and I always need tissues with me. One of us usually needs to have a tissue, whether it's me or the boys. Then this pocket here that opens up, but it goes quite deep down. I think it goes all the way to the bottom of the bag. It's a bit hard to get in there sometimes when the bag is full, but I can generally get in there. So it's got a little pouch here, and then I've got space down here as well. So if I just have a look to see what is down here, more tissues, because I always need tissues. And all the way down the bottom is something I don't really use, but my husband's put it in there, and it's a battery pack for charging a phone. I always have it with me because he's put it in there, but I don't have a cable, so if I ever ran out of battery on my phone, I couldn't use it anyway because I've no cable with me. So it's a bit pointless it being there really. And I've also got these little sweets, rhubarb and custard, that I got from Aldi recently. They're really nice actually. And is that everything? That's everything in that section. So in this section here, these are all things for myself, because I don't take a handbag with me and I still need things. So I've got a couple of lipsticks, I've got a hand sanitizer, which is an essential when you've got little ones, a little hand cream, little lip balm, nail file, a couple of hair bubbles, and a screen wipe for your phone or something like that. I don't think I even put that one in either. I'm going to pop all that in later. I'm just going to pop it to one side and repack the bag later, which will be a lot quicker. Then this pocket here, which is the next one up. Let's see if I'm doing this right so you can see. This one here has any bottles with us. So these pockets, little patches here, are all insulated. So there's 3 of them. So you can put 3 bottles in there, and they are all insulated. So I don't generally take bottles out with me that are made up, but if I did, so if I took one out and I was going to feed him within the next half an hour or something, I could put it in there just to keep it warm, and that kind of does work. So it's got 3 of those, and then just here, if I just bring you down, there's got 2 little mesh pockets there, and in there I've got 2 muslins. Just in case if you need to mop anything up, and then you've got these little I don't use these actually, but they're for spoons, like little loops that you can put spoons in there. I guess you could put a pen in there if you really wanted, but I think they're for spoons. And I have a little bib there as well, but if I needed 3 bottles, that wouldn't go in there obviously. Then I've got another pocket here, and in here I've just got some medicine things. So I've got a Calpol in there, and I've got a syringe to give it, and I think I've got some teething granules there as well, because Fraser is teething. And I've just got them in a plastic bag just to kind of protect them and make sure that I've got company. Come in then, Tommy, come here. Close the door behind you. My little boy's coming to see me. Hopefully he's a bit more cooperative now than he was this morning. Just to protect them, to make sure there's no leaks and everything is kept clean. You gonna come and sit on the bed next to me? Yeah. You sit there, okay? Okay. You just listen, okay? Okay. Stay there, stay there. It's a good boy.
What's that? What's that, Mummy? What's that?
Lights. Sit down. It's lights.
There's the lights.
Yeah, it's the lights.
Hello,
And then we've got the main section here, which I will just open. I thought it would be easier to show you that like this rather than the other way. Right, so that's quite deep in there. It's got a pocket just there, and it's hard to see. When it's empty, I will show you properly. If I pop you back on here, sit down, Tommy. I'll pop you back there and I'll just show you what's in here, then I can show you it once it's empty. So I have an empty formula tub. Obviously if I was taking formula out, it wouldn't be empty. But we don't often take formula out now with Fraser, because he's on like morning and night formula, but sometimes he's not having his afternoon formula, his lunch, afternoon formula. So sometimes he's not having that. So I don't always take formula out with me, but if I was, I'd put it in there. I have 2 water bottles. It is quite bulky, but it works for us. This one has a thermos flask, and we put the boiling water in there, and this one is cool boiled water, so that we can make the formula up with the boiling water and then top it up with the cool boiled water, and it just works for us. So this is what we do. And then I put the thermos flask in this bag that came with the bag, and it's an insulated bag, and I just feel like it helps keep it a bit warmer, but it doesn't fully close, so it probably doesn't fully work, but I feel like it does something at least. So we have those 2 bottles. Stand up, Tommy, you're leaning on me. In the main section, I also have clothes for the boys. So I've got this little bag for Tommy. I don't always take stuff out for Tommy, but recently, on at least 2 occasions, he's got really wet through jumping in puddles. So I just feel like it's possibly the best idea to take stuff with me, rather than risking it and then him having nothing dry to wear, particularly as we're getting into colder weather. And he's a boy, he likes to jump in puddles and play in mud and those kind of things. So I apologise, he's making lots of noise. I've told him to be quiet, but yeah, he's not listening to me, of course. That's what he does. Sit down, please. He doesn't understand if he's quiet and I get this done really quickly, that I'll be finish a lot quicker than if he...
It's vodka.
Trying to explain these things to kids is almost impossible. Also in the main section I have a bag for Fraser, and in there is just a baby grow and a vest. And I've got them all like rolled up really tightly, and I've put it into a Ziploc bag because it's, if you have an explosive nappy, which happens, then you can put all the dirty stuff in this bag rather than having it in there and not like in a like a nappy bag. It doesn't really cover it properly, whereas this you can put everything in and zip it, and hopefully it contains everything. And I often, with the clothes, I don't put like decent stuff in. Like this is just a baby grow and I can see it's actually stained. I'm not going to put the decent stuff in there because it ends up staying in there for weeks on end, and then they wouldn't get any use out of it. So Tommy's clothes are stuff that doesn't really fit him anymore. So if he has to get changed into those clothes, he ends up wearing stuff that's a little bit short on him. But I'm fine with that. It just means that his decent clothes are in his drawer being worn, not in a changing bag that I've forgotten about. But yeah, I've got stuff for Fraser as well. I'll be able to show you more what it looks like inside now. So this is what the bag looks like inside. You can see it's quite deep and has quite a bit of space. In the middle here I'd put the boys' clothes, and then I'd have the bottles just to the side there. Here I have 2 pull-ups for Tommy. He is semi-potty trained, but at the moment we're struggling with it. He is almost gone back to square one, so we're having to kind of reset at the moment. But I wouldn't trust that he wouldn't have an accident while we were out, so we often put pull-ups on out of the house. And I know that is probably causing some of the problems, but I've got a 2-year-old and a baby, and I just need to make life easy for myself, so that's what I have there for him. Then in this section here, these are for Fraser. There's 4 nappies for Fraser, and then this is a changing mat. This isn't the changing mat that came with the bag. This is actually the one that came with my last changing bag, but I preferred this one, so I've taken the one out that came with this bag, and I think that's being used downstairs actually in our living room. But yeah, so that one stays in there. And then in these 2 pouches, I don't think anything's in that one. Oh, there is a few nappy sacks, and I know there's nappy sacks in this one as well. So that's everything. So that's everything that's in the bag. The only thing that I can think that's missing from the bag is some nappy cream, and obviously I haven't had that in there for a long time because I don't remember the last time it was in there, and I don't often use it unless they've got a really bad nappy rash, which they don't often have. Like, well, Tommy doesn't have it, but Fraser doesn't often have, and I can usually clear it up in a day or 2. So if I needed it, obviously I would put it in there, but that's the only thing that's really missing from the bag that I can think of. I think there's one more pocket that I need to show you, but I don't believe anything's in there. On the bottom here there's another pocket, and that's just like a plastic wipe clean again, and I wonder if these like wipe clean ones are for like dirty stuff, so if they soil any clothes, if you need to put anything in there that's dirty, you can put it in there and then wipe it clean. So nothing ever sits in there because I keep forgetting it's there, but you could, it's not very deep, it's just literally the base of the lining of the bag. I guess you could put a dirty vest in there, you wouldn't get many clothes in there, or a dirty bib maybe, but that's there as well. There is no other access to the bag. Sometimes they have a zip on the back so you can get kind of into the bottom of the bag. This one doesn't. There was another design which did, which I thought about getting, but I preferred the design of this bag. It's had different features on it that that bag didn't have. But I'll link a couple down below from eBay on the type of bag that I'm talking about. But I feel for £20 they're really good quality, and I'm so happy with it. And I believe that I will get more use out of the backpack once Fraser is a bit older. But I do find it easier. I'm glad I've got it, because carrying a baby and a bag and holding a 2-year-old's hand, you know, even if I'm just going into someone's house or going into the supermarket to get a trolley and I need the bag with me for some reason, it's easier to have that on my back than it is to have something on my shoulder that's falling off. I've got a baby that's really heavy. Fraser is really heavy now, and then a 2-year-old that's wanting to go in a different direction, who is opening my wardrobe behind me. At least she's a little bit quieter now. So that's the bag, that's what's in it, and I just thought I would show you that today. I did promise that I would show you the bag, so I thought while I was showing you like the features of the bag, I might as well show you what was in it as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and if you're new here, hi, welcome, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.